rider experience part of the review. That's what this is. Now, I've already ridden this 3 miles before I started recording. So I just want to make a few observations about that. First, the seat. It's hard. It's a typical Lectric seat. Something that I would upgrade for sure. Something a little more comfortable. Maybe even put a seat post suspension on, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. The other thing I do notice is this stealth motor is a bit noisy. Now, it is the same motor they use on the XPeak, but it's in a different hub. Since this one is much narrower, this hub is narrower, not like the XPeak. So I think there's probably more insulation in the XPeak motor because it's got more space, which makes that a lot quieter. This does have a kind of a low growl to it. You could probably hear it on the video. And the bike, I'm 6 feet tall, and I do feel a bit cramped on this bike, but with maybe an upgrade of handlebars, maybe getting them a little higher and out would probably take care of that. So nothing really big there. But let's get into the rider experience review about this. Now, when you're not pedaling or the motor is not engaged, this bike is whisper quiet. It's got slick tires, very little tread pattern on it. So I'll let you hear for a second. Okay, I'll stop pedaling. The motor will disengage, and it is just quiet, really quiet, which is nice. It does have a really nice color display. And I am wearing polarized sunglasses and I see it just fine. Both in the shadows and in direct sunlight. So right now I have this. I don't have this unlocked. I haven't even looked to see if you could unlock it. So we're going to keep it at class 2, meaning it's going to take us to 20 miles an hour on throttle only, because this is the way everybody gets it. Not everybody wants to unlock their bike. When we get up here onto the flats, I will test the PAS levels and see if the PAS is tied to how fast you can go in each gear, which I believe it is. Now, this is a torque sensor, not a torque, I'm sorry. This is a cadence sensor bike, but it's got the Lectric's PWR Plus system, which almost makes it feel like a torque sensor. You don't get surprises in power hits. It's smooth power delivery, which is probably something you'd want on a commuter bike. Yep, this is a commuter bike. So we'll get up here around a few more turns and across that bridge, and then we'll try the throttle only in each PAS level and see what it gives us. Then we'll try pedaling in each PAS level and see what it gives us and how it reacts. We'll do a brake test, and we'll do a hill climbing test. So a top speed test, I mean, it's gonna top out at 20 miles an hour. So we can do see how quickly it gets to 20 miles an hour, if it's a slow pickup or if it's a moderate. But let me get across the bridge up here and we'll get into that testing. Now the bike is a really nice looking bike. This is black with it's darker gray and lighter gray stripes. It's got the frame. This is a high step frame, and it's got similarities to the high step XPeak. Just some similarities. It's not the exact frame. It does have some nice front forks on it. They have 80 millimeters of travel, and you can adjust the preload and the rebound some. It does have a lockout, but seems to be doing a fine job right now. You know, because this is the type of bike you're just gonna be using on pavement almost all the time. This is not a trail bike. All right, so we're coming into some flat area. Let me put it into PAS1 or 0. Of course, in 0 you don't get any help from the motor. But let me stop right here. Got it in PAS1, and we'll just do the throttle only in each PAS level and see where it takes us. Okay, right off the bat, it's a slow pickup, so I imagine it's going to top out at probably 8 or 9 miles an hour. So it will be dictated by the PAS level you're in if you're using throttle only. So we got what there? 8, almost 9 miles an hour. Let's go to PAS2. A little more power to it. Excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. It looks like we're going to be about 15 miles an hour. Let's go to PAS3. Had a little slight incline there, but now we're flattened out. Let's see what it does. 19.5. Okay. PAS4. 20. That means PAS5 is going to be the same thing. 20 miles an hour. Okay. So now let's take it back down to PAS1. I'm going to put it in 5th gear. I'll try and keep it in 5th gear if that works for every PAS level while I pedal. Let me get down around this little downhill and uphill. We're back onto some flat ground. And then we'll try it from a dead stop with just some normal pedaling. Okay. Get it down to 0. There we go. Okay. Let's go. Okay, just a little assistance. I better take it down to 4. That's pretty hard. Okay, so cruising about 10 miles an hour with some fairly easy pedaling. Let's take it to PAS2. You can hear the power kick in some. It looks like we're going to top out at 14 miles an hour. About that. PAS3. A little more power delivery. It's about 16 and a half. Okay. PAS4. I'm going to have to upshift. 18.3. And I'm just doing easy pedaling. I'm not really pushing it. PAS5. There you go. You got the 20 miles an hour with easy pedaling. All right. Give it a little throttle only. We're going to get up here. And we're going to brake test this baby. Now I imagine it's going to do pretty good with these slick tires. But let's find a marker point to start. Maybe this first white pole right here on this side. Ready? Go. Okay, let's take a peek. How far did we go? Looks like about 20 feet. Locked up the back end some. So, not bad. Now, I am a bigger rider, taller, heavier. So a lot of my body weight shifted forward on that. So we got a little more rear end lockup than I would have liked. But it still stopped me just fine with no fear of the front end locking up and me going over the bars. Even though that might make a good video for you guys, it didn't happen. All right, now, comfort-wise, like I said in the beginning, a lot of people will probably get a more comfortable saddle to ride, get a comfort saddle. This one is pretty hard, but just like most manufacturers, I think they assume that people are going to change the saddle. But as in reach, my arms they're kind of facing down a little more than I like, but it's not putting that pressure that you get sometimes on the palms of your hands. It gives you numb thumbs. I don't have any of that going on. And speaking of the grip, these are locking grips. These are the nice ones too. I like these. It's got the 7-speed Shimano shifter with a turny derailleur. And it seems to be doing a good job right now. Nothing funny happening back there. I do really enjoy this color display though. And the fact that I can see it with my polarized sunglasses. I know that's an issue on some bikes. That if you wear polarized sunglasses, you're constantly lifting your glasses up and looking down to see what it says on the display. But it's a really nice display. And if I push the power button, I can change it. Right now it's on the odometer. There's the trip meter. There's the voltage meter, 52.7. There's the, I guess it's current. And then the total time. And the back to odometer. Really easy to use. And it's a nice day today. We're finally starting to get some fall colors. You know, I tried to do that about, 3 weeks ago? It is all still green, but now you're starting to see some color. All right, so what do we got next? We should have hill climbing, right? Let me get up here. I'll turn around and I'll take you to the hill that I do hill climbing tests on and see how this does. But first, before I turn around, we're gonna do that top speed test. You know it's gonna top out at 20, but let's see how quickly it takes a ton. Now I'm not gonna start a timer, so we'll just see. Ready, go. Throttle only. 16, 17, 18, 19. There you go, 20. And the motor's backing off. So not bad. That was probably, what, about 10 seconds? I know a lot of people are just not worried about how quickly these things speed up. I know I'm not. Say that as a Saran bike rides by, but no, this is a nice power delivery. Like I said, no surprises, no jerky takeoffs. I mean, here I have it in PAS 5, and I'll start pedaling. And even though you hear the motor, it's not a a jerky takeoff. It's a smooth power delivery. And that's all part of the Lectric's PWR Plus power delivery system. It's the same one they use in the XPeak, and I believe in the Expedition. All right, let me go over here and get to the hill part, and I will be right back with you. Okay, this is the hill climb test. And like before, this hill starts off gradual, and then up here by a stop sign, it gets steeper up to the top. But let's do throttle only first and see how it does. Ready? Go. Now this motor will put out 1,310 watts. We're up to 1,200 watts. This is the gradual part. Up there, just past that red car, is where it gets steeper. So we're doing just under 20 miles an hour. Now we're going to start the steeper part. Remember, I am 6 feet tall, 250 pounds. We're at 1,200 watts. 17, 16, 15. Look at that, just under 15 and a half. That's done a lot better than I think any of the other bikes I've ridden up this hill. All right, let's go back down. And then we'll do it under pedal assist. Okay, we're back down. Now we're gonna do it under pedal assist. I am gonna keep it in PAS5. I'm gonna start in the third gear. Let's go. I'm gonna shift up to fourth, fifth. That feels good for now. We are cruising just under 20 miles an hour. Right up here, we're going to start the steeper part of the hill. So here we go. All right. This is pretty nice. I don't think I'm going to have to downshift at all. I'm staying in fifth gear, 18.5 with easy pedaling. There you go. I think the final speed I saw was like 17.7. All right, we have the bike pointed back towards home. So what are my thoughts on this bike, and who do I think it is for? Well, definitely for commuters. People who want to use this to ride to work. I think this is what this bike is really geared for. And it does a fine job of it. Now, with that being said, I think this will appeal to more people that are under 6 feet tall, because this is everything up here is very close. If you can see the distance between my knee and my wrist, that's pretty darn close. But for taller riders, I think all you need to do is just get a stem extender, bring it out to here, maybe one that's adjustable, you can bring it up a little, and then I think you're fine. But right out of the box, I think this would be appeal to more people who are under 6 feet tall. What are some of my other observations and opinions? The motor is a little bit noisier than I'd like. Right now I'm just coasting, so that's why it sounds so quiet. But it does have that growl. Which is kind of a turnoff for me. It doesn't affect the performance of the bike at all. So the performance of the bike, I think, is outstanding. And again, the quality of the build, I think, is also outstanding. The fit and finish on this bike is really nice. There's nothing that's really odd, that really looks odd, like why did they, you know, build it like this? Kind of looks gaudy, but it doesn't. Everything looks like it was thought out and placed deliberately to give it a clean look. I really do like this color display. It really stands out a lot better than that, what is that, the quartz display, black and white, like you have on the XPeak and some of the other ones. I like this one a lot better. Let's see, what else? I've already talked about the seat. I would replace the seat, put more of a comfort seat on this. And I know I talked earlier about a suspension seat post, but after riding it, I think you'd be okay without it. If you get a comfort seat, I think that's probably all you need. Now, modifications. Would I modify this bike? And what would I modify it with? Well, definitely a comfort seat. And for me, an adjustable handlebar stem to move the handlebars a little more forward and a little more up. But that's it. That is it. So for a lot of people, I think this is going to be perfect for you right out of the box. And for some, a few little modifications, and then I think it will be perfect for you. All right, so I think that's all I have for this review and first ride of the XPress 750. So you have a great day, a great ride, a great week, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.